and welcome to another episode of Not Too Deep. I'm your host, Grace Helbig, and today we have RCLbeauty101. You know her as Rachel. We talk about all kinds of things. She's been a beauty guru on YouTube for a decade. What's that like? Her new beauty line, her new music career. I also learned her obsession with The Sims is a real obsession, and she owns a llama farm. You know, that's just thrown in there for good measure amongst all the other things she's doing. Hear all about it on this episode of Not Too Deep with RCL Beauty.
Not too deep, not too deep with Grace Helbig.
Rachel's here. This is very exciting. Rachel, how long have you officially been in the YouTube world?
Oh my goodness, how long? Since I was 15, so I'm 24 now.
So like 9 years.
Turning 25 like next week though.
Wow. So you almost
10.
Almost a decade.
2010.
Do you remember your first video that you uploaded?
Of course I remember it. I was showing people how to conceal under eye dark circles.
Wow.
But I did it wrong.
Okay.
And the comments very quickly taught me that I did it wrong.
What compelled you to upload that video?
I hated everyone in my high school because they just weren't nice.
Yeah.
So I was like, I would spend a lot of time just watching YouTube videos.
Yeah.
To the point where I do like makeup tutorials in the mirror every morning.
Sure.
So I was like, I have a problem. I should probably just like do a makeup tutorial.
Yeah.
But I just filmed it on like my computer's like.
The eyesight camera?
Yeah. And just upload it. I didn't think anything would come of it, obviously, because I was 15 and YouTube wasn't really like that much of a thing.
It was just this fun little site that people posted things on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. So 10 years ago, you're 15, you upload a video. Did your family know?
No.
No, okay.
Oh my goodness, no. But the way that my mom found out, granted, I told her, was like, I think after uploading it, like 4 days later or something, the video had 457 views. So I went to my mom and was like, Mom, my video has 457 views. She was like, what video, Rachel? And I was like, I'm going to keep you up to date here, Mom.
Yeah, let me give you some information here.
Yes.
But that also, like 10 years ago, so we're talking 2010, that is such a different space than what YouTube is in right now.
Yeah.
And you've been consistently uploading videos for 10 years. Are you exhausted?
Is anybody not exhausted? Aren't you exhausted? You've been doing it for the same.
Yeah, that's why I like talking to people that have been doing it for so long that I'm like, can we just be tired on this whole episode?
Tired. I don't sleep.
Well, that's what, okay. I'm very curious. I have more kind of like insider technical questions for you about everything.
I got all the answers.
Well, because looking through like your whole, archive of videos, they're very intense, a lot of them. They're very like ambitious, like thesis statements on what you're going to do. Like 24 hours of anything is too much for me.
I learned that. Like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. So you've been doing a bunch of 24-hour videos for the last like couple years or year or so?
Yeah, like a year or so. I did the 24 hours in like the quicksand or kinetic sand.
Yeah, that one is a claustrophobia nightmare.
No, I was outside.
Still, anything piled on me for 24 hours is nightmarish to me. How did that, were you just like, this is a great idea? Everyone's into kinetic sand. What if I just live in it for 24 hours?
That's literally exactly my thought process. I was like, I might as well. It's already here.
And how do you even go about like producing that kind of video?
Well, first, because I didn't want to spend $30,000 on kinetic sand.
Right.
I had my producer at the time just contact like every kinetic sand company.
Right.
And ask for 5,000 pounds of it. Granted, most people said no.
Yeah.
One company said yes.
Wow.
I was like, yes.
We're in.
We're in.
So were there any learning lessons from that video?
Yeah, I threw out the hot tub after that. Okay. I was like, I'm not doing any more of these hot tub videos. Granted, I like did a bunch of hot tub videos when I still lived in Philadelphia at my mom's house. But it broke the hot tub. So
yeah, that's understandable.
You would never think that putting 10 million Oiries in it would have any effect on the hot tub whatsoever. But yeah, after I broke my mom's, the one that I bought after that for California was a pre-broken one, so I couldn't break it.
Oh, that's smart. That's also a hack.
Yeah, it's a life hack. Only buy broken things for videos. But then after that, I just got like burnt out of that style video, and I was like,
Yeah.
I can't do it anymore. Like, I hate the idea of doing these. They make me want to cry.
Yeah, I mean, looking through like your whole archive and your catalog of videos, I'm like, this stresses me out a little bit. Like how grand the scale is of these. There also must be a pressure that once you do a 24-hour thing once, that everyone's like, do it bigger and better next time.
Yeah, but I don't listen to those people.
Good for you.
Yeah. Yeah. That was a big thing I've learned how to do. It's not.
Yeah, that I feel like it's always easier said than done, but at some point you reach like a breaking point of just not giving a care about the way people talk to you online.
Absolutely.
Because I mean, over 10 years, you've probably gotten every single comment about every single thing about you.
Yes, 100%. The internet is a very fun place.
It's very fun
So
and
fun.
awful at the same time. But you still kept doing 24-hour videos. You've done 24-hour makeup. You did your makeup for 24 hours straight.
That was the most recent. I'm not doing another 24-hour video after
Good
that.
for you.
Yes. I did 2, and now I'm like,
Done. That's the max.
that's maxed out.
Yeah. How do you even record for 24 hours straight? Is it just constantly recharging batteries, re-plugging everything in?
So I have probably like 20 batteries always on, like ready, like charged up, and like a bunch of memory cards. Like I think I have like 60 memory cards charged up.
Wow. Good for you.
I love buying things in bulk. I love it. It's the worst though at the same time because I'll buy things in bulk before I even know if I like them. Like my shampoo, I buy in bulk. I'm like, yeah, this is going to be good.
You just gamble.
It's such an issue because now my body wash, I'm like,
I'm not into this, but I
Yeah.
have 16 more bottles of it.
yeah, it's just, it's a problem. My mom's always bought everything in bulk too. Like the second I was like, I think I like ranch dressing on my French fries, the whole cabinet is filled with ranch dressing. My grandma does it too. I went to her house. There was like the entire freezer like full of Junior Mints. I was like,
So
wow.
it's hereditary.
You know, I didn't even realize it until I just said it right now. It has to be.
It's a learned behavior, so you
Yeah.
can't blame yourself.
I never did.
Also, I was just watching that you went to Tokyo or you went to Japan to buy makeup. Did that really happen?
Did it? Yes.
That's so you.
But I stayed in Japan for longer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say, this seems a little, like you say, extra to go. You threw a dart at a map. It landed on Japan and you went there and you bought makeup.
Yes.
And you play it off like it's the most casual trip to CVS that you've ever done. And it's like, oops.
all in editing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, this, I can barely put on a camera and talk about fashion, and you're going to Japan for your video.
Yeah.
Also, I'm really glad that we have you here today because I know today is a big day because you're at the time that we're recording this at midnight tonight. Your first song comes out. That's very exciting. Are you nervous? Are you stuffing down all of the anxiety?
I don't think so. I think I'm a little like traumatized from launches though, because with the makeup brand launch,
Yeah, I
it
want
was
to
like
talk about that too.
such a small team. Oh, should I pause? I can
No.
pause. Well, so for the makeup brand launch, it was just like me, my manager, and my film producer,
Okay.
like getting everything together, like taking all the photos for the website and everything, because we like contacted, we were gonna have like a whole like one of those like product photographers that
Sure.
were fancy schmancy, and they quoted us like $40,000 for a photo shoot for the website, and I was like, Zach, you're a photographer, get on over here.
Yeah.
And then he taught me how to edit in Photoshop, so he took half the photos, I took half the photos, and I didn't know how to edit photos like that. So like it was such like a small team, and we didn't sleep, and we had like there was maybe like 2 nights during that week where like randomly one of us would just start crying.
That's the sign of a good launch. That bodes
Yeah.
well.
But it was so like a lot of the people that we hired for it, like we hired like a publicist and all these things,
Right.
didn't show, like they didn't do anything.
Really?
Yeah. And then after the launch, once they didn't do anything, like they were like, oh, we just won't charge you. I was like, you owe me money at this point. I would have had so much publicity on this.
Yeah.
It's just like, so I'm like kind of traumatized from that for the song launch now. Even though I have like the most phenomenal music team, like I feel so confident with them. Like I feel excited and exhilarated about my music career.
That's great. But also it's such a pivot because I feel, and tell me if I'm wrong, that music hasn't been a part or hasn't been shown and you haven't sang or you haven't really expressed that much interest in it. So it sort of feels like it's coming out of nowhere.
So that was my plan.
Okay.
So like
That's purposeful.
yeah, like 6 years ago, I decided, well, I've always sung since I was like 3, but I decided like 6 years ago, like I'm going to release a song. But then I was also like, but I'm not going to tell anyone about it.
Okay.
Ever. Except for there was one slip up in like 2014. I did a Black Friday haul where there was like one small section where I sang and everyone's like, what? Wait, what? Huh?
You can do that?
Yeah. So I've been like making sure not to ever show me singing because I want it to be a shock.
That's what you want. Okay.
I love shocks.
Yeah.
So fun.
I can barely tell by the types of videos that you do that you love a big impact.
I love it. So
that's really cool, but that also must be a little difficult to like keep under wraps for so long.
Impossible. I've had to edit me singing out of so many videos because I'll just be like walking around the house like constantly singing. Like I just don't ever stop. Like it's an issue. Like a lot of my friends are like, okay, can you stop? Or like if you're gonna do it, can you at least finish the whole song? Like, can you stop singing that one part? I'm like, I'm so sorry.
This is a me problem. I apologize.
Yes.
But that's nuts. And so when this releases, because this episode will come out after the music is launched and everything, is the goal an album? Is the goal an EP? I don't know the difference. I know nothing about music.
The goal, so I'm currently working on the whole EP right now.
Okay.
But yeah, it's an EP, which I think is like 5 to 6 songs or something.
Cool.
But I don't want to say what it's about because then someone else might take it.
You don't have to say what it's about. I understand that you like to keep everything very secretive until the public gets to see it. Can you describe the style of music?
For the whole EP or for the one song?
For both.
I'm still learning my style of music.
Okay.
But I know I like
who are your influences?
There's so many. I had to make this thing called a soundscape because I'm trying to like explain to my singing coach my style of music, and he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like that is the most unclear thing ever. And I was like, So I made a soundscape, which is like where you take like 40 songs and take like 5 to like 7 seconds of the parts of the songs that you like and edit those together.
That's cool.
So I'm still learning. I mean, it's definitely pop.
Okay.
But pop also apparently like just means popular music. So I don't know if it's actually because pop technically in like 2001 wasn't like punk rock pop at the time. Yeah. So it's like I don't know what pop even entails anymore. Yeah,
I feel like there's subgenres within pop as a giant genre. So, but also it seems like you're getting into it, so you're finding your voice while you're making your music.
I've probably made like 30 songs at this point that I'm not releasing.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you do so much secretive stuff.
I love doing secretive. There's like so much. I was talking to my like somebody that I'm working on an app with.
Okay. Another secret project.
I know, another secret project. And when I was talking to him, I was like, can we just like wait a second? Because we had to pause working on the app for like 2 months while I was figuring out the makeup brand launch and like doing all of that. And then so he knew he couldn't like contact me during that because I was too like tunnel vision on the makeup brand. And the other day he texted me trying to set up a meeting and I was like, I'm sorry, could we just wait till after the 14th? He was like, wow. I was like, that's when the song's releasing and I think I'll have more time after that. He was like, a song? You're releasing a song? And I was like, oh yeah, sorry, yeah, I am. He was like, wow, okay. Well, hopefully I can get you in before the you film your next movie. And I was like, see, we're filming this year. They're like, he's in a movie? I was like, yeah, it's about the book that I wrote. He's like, you wrote a book? I'm like,
whoa. Yeah, just all this stuff just word vomits out of you now. But I think that's so fascinating because in the YouTube world, everyone is very transparent. You know, everyone's hinting at and talking about and, you know, putting out there everything that they're kind of working on. And then there's like the side where it's like, secret project, can't tell you about this thing. And you seem to really hold everything close to the chest.
Well, I also know that there's 2 reasons for that. One, I have like the worst time management skills. So I don't want people to think like the song was supposed to launch in November. Okay. And we kept pushing it. Like we pushed like 3 times until we officially got February 14th where we needed it to be. So it's like the song was originally going to launch. So I don't want to disappoint people with a bunch of future launch dates. Right. But also like I'm just after being on the internet for so long, like I really hold privacy is like a big thing. Like I'll be broken up with somebody for like 6 months before I'll tell subscribers about it.
Yeah, no, I saw that. And I thought that's really interesting that I respect that a lot. The ability to have restraint of like showing so much of your personal life. Yeah. In real time too.
Yeah, which made the makeup brand launch even harder because it was like as I was going through a breakup with Tyler. So it was like, the makeup brand launch and I'm going through a breakup, which
And
I'm
no one
sad
knows.
about. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like even like with my first boyfriend, like the day that that we broke up was like the morning that I had like an Ad Week cover shoot. So like I like would go to like I went to the photo shoot, would be like in between looks, I'd go to the bathroom, cry, go back out, like smile with my makeup on, like take photos for the head, like the cover shoot. So it's just like,
what a professional.
I know,
Save
I'm
it for the
so
bathroom.
good at hiding things.
But that, I mean, I think that's great because I think one of the traps that a lot of people can fall into is, you know, revealing so much of themselves online. And then that's all people want to know about. That's all people focus on. So when you do have projects or you do have like products come out, then people aren't paying attention to that. They're like, but tell us more about the breakup. Tell us more about that.
Yeah.
Which I think is great to kind of shift the focus and keep it on like what you like doing.
I also think it's like not fair to like the other people involved to be like thrown into something that they didn't really sign the mental contract of being thrown into.
Yeah,
which is why I also like to like stay out of like drama and like just like keep it very like
keep it moving.
Yeah.
But I think that's great because the beauty world, which I'm obviously not a part of, but I'm fascinated by endlessly. There's so much drama in that world, and it didn't used to be that way.
Yeah,
at least as far as I understood,
it didn't.
And now I feel like it's like gaining momentum based on these drama fueled situations.
Mm-hmm.
And it must be hard to stay out of all of it, or it's easy.
Well, I find that the way to stay out of drama is to just not respond when somebody tries to start drama.
Yeah, that's a skill that a lot of YouTubers don't have.
Well, it's hard because like you want to respond to it.
Right.
You want to be like, I want to defend myself. But a big thing that I like live by is like, there's no need to justify yourself because the ones that love you won't need it. And the ones that hate you won't believe it. So there's no reason to like even try.
Is this in your book that you're writing or have written or a trilogy? Who knows what's down the pipe for you?
No, it's like a storybook. It's not like a story. It's not like a book about me. It's like a cute, like 12-year-old businesswoman, boss, tushy female dogs, you know, like.
All right, I'm all in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's because you're in that world and you're friends with everyone, and everyone likes to, you know, insert their point of view for better or worse. So it must also be kind of fun to sit on the sidelines and just sort of watch it happen.
It's not fun when you see the person's mental health getting affected by it, because like I'll be like sitting down with one of my friends and then they'll like be reading things about them that other people are saying, and then they'll be like, are you kidding me, like this is so messed up that they're saying this, and I'm like, dang, like you don't see that part when like so I always feel like, darn, I feel bad that this situation is happening, especially because none of them ever really like do anything to deserve it. It just kind of everything's just like misconstrued from everything that everyone says because they love hating people.
Oh, that's
all it is.
It's an epidemic. Yeah,
people love hating people.
It's like
their kink.
Yeah, it really is, and it makes it can paralyze you in terms of like putting anything on the internet because you're like, this is going to get scrutinized from every single angle possible that I didn't even realize angles were available to be scrutinized.
Yeah, that's why I just don't respond to anything, because if someone tries scrutinizing it, it's like, the ones that love you won't need it. The ones that hate you won't believe it.
Put that on a pillow. I'll sleep on it. It sounds wonderful. Okay, we're going to take a quick break. When we get back, I want to talk about the makeup line. I want to talk about the launch of it because, again, it seems like another project that was in your brain rattling around for years and years. And then all of a sudden, here it is.
Yes.
Okay, we'll be right back with more Not Too Deep.
Not too deep. With Grace Helbig.
Erin Gibson, author of Feminasty and host of the Throwing Shade podcast, I love that podcast, has a new podcast, History, the Sheik-Will, celebrating forgotten female heroes. Each week, Erin is joined by a cool teen co-host to learn about a slice of herstory, that time and your history class ignored, from the first female astronaut trainees to abandoned Apache warriors to science fiction innovators and even pirates. They'll femsplain yesteryear because the future is female, and so was the past. Come celebrate Women's History Month this March and broaden your historical knowledge with History, the Sheik-Will. You can listen to History, the Sheik-Will on Stitcher, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen starting March 2nd. Okay, let's talk about the makeup line. RCLÓ Am I saying that right?
Yes, you are.
Okay. This was something that you was in the works for what, like 4 years or something?
Yeah, I think I started it in 2015. Yes, 2015.
Okay. So talk me through how this happened.
So how it actually happened, which nobody knows this part. So like,
Yeah, give us the secrets.
I know. I came up with this product that didn't exist yet, like called an eyeliner stamp, where you can like stamp the eyeliner wing onto an eye.
Okay.
So I was
Very
working
Shark
on,
Tank.
Yeah, I was working on developing that. There was no patents. It wasn't like a thing. So I was talking to different patent lawyers, and they were like, "There's no point in you there's no point in you getting a patent on this until the product's made, because every single time you change something, you're gonna have to re-get a new patent."
Okay.
Blah blah blah. So like, I was like, okay, fine. I'll make the product first, and then I'll get the patent of the product. Because I really wanted to release this thing, because I was obsessed with DIYs at the time. Like, I was like, how does this not exist? Like, it's going to make everyone's day so much faster.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. And then as I was working on it, when I finally got the product where I wanted it to be, some other brand came out with like an okay version of that product. Not exactly what I wanted, but like similar enough that I was like, great, every makeup brand's now going to be on top of this and copying that one and perfecting it until it's like basically what I have.
Yeah.
So I had to throw out that product and not do it. Yeah. And then I came up with another product that I might still release. Who knows? But that
I feel like
didn't exist.
You can do anything. No one knows.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, then that product was released. So I keep inventing these new products that like somehow keep getting released before me. I'm like convinced there's someone listening.
Yeah,
to
I'm
me.
like, your house is bugged.
It might be.
Yeah.
But so then those products kept coming out. So like the brand story was originally like super innovative makeup that doesn't exist. And then all the innovative products I was making kept being released by other people. And I'm like, how'd you even get the patent that fast? My patent lawyer wouldn't even let me do it.
Yeah.
So like the brand story had to change a lot. So then we switched it around, and then I just started making products that I just would really want in my daily routine. So we like took a really long time developing that. But the brand like started something where we were completely different, because the people that I was working with originally kept being like, okay, so why don't you just go into a showroom and pick products off a shelf? And I was like, because then they're not me. Then they're just products that exist and everyone else already has them. Because that's what people generally do. Like they'll walk into a showroom, pick things off a shelf, and then just put it into a line. So and then develop the formula a little bit.
Okay, so they basically pick pre-existing products, add a little something to the formula, put their own packaging on it, and call it their own.
Yeah, and I didn't want to do that because it just doesn't feel as special to me.
Sure.
So I wanted to develop things from scratch. And unfortunately, when you do that, it takes like 4 years to make them. Yeah. I mean, making the products took a second. And then once you get lawyers involved, lawyers take forever to do anything. Like lawyers suck. I love, like my mom's a lawyer, but like the fact that she's a lawyer sucks because lawyers are just so like slow, and then they talk in lingo that I don't understand.
Yeah, it's a different language.
It's so hard. Like they're just like so beyond my intelligence level.
Yeah.
But like I can't comprehend anything that they're saying.
It's frustrating too, because you know that they can come down to your level, but they just choose not to. I'm like, can you please just translate in the most layman's terms for me what this means? Yeah.
And they won't do that. They won't do that. So like it took like 2 years to negotiate contracts.
Wow.
So the launch was supposed to happen, again, which is why I'm happy I didn't talk about the launch before, because the launch was supposed to happen every single season for 2 years. I kept changing the colors. I was like, okay, spring, we're launching in spring. Here's the spring color. Oh, we're launching the fall color. Oh, winter color. So like... Yeah,
that must be tough, because you're almost predicting like, not necessarily trends, but you're predicting, seasonally what people want to buy when. Like you have to be so far in advance to see like are people still wearing eyeshadow, or is everyone doing just lips right now?
Luckily, there's like the makeup brand, like the team there in the creative. Like I love the creative team for the makeup brand. Like I always feel so like excited whenever I like talk to them. But they're really good at knowing those things. So like they go to every single fashion week thing. Like they find the colors, the Pantones, that are the colors of the year. Like they really know those types of things. Cool. When it pertains to products, we were originally going to come out with a liquid lipstick and not a lip gloss. Well, we were going to come out with a lip gloss in spring, like for future launch, but we weren't going to come out with it for the original launch. But liquid lipsticks are not as much of a thing anymore.
Yeah.
So it's like we already had to switch things. And like, because we weren't doing liquid lipsticks, we couldn't do a lip liner because it's like, who puts lip gloss on a lip liner? Oh, well, some people probably do, but I did not. So because it's my brand, I didn't do it. And like originally the eyeshadows weren't even an eyeshadow like compact. It was like individual shadows because that's what was doing really well when I first started.
Right.
So I tooled like an individual eyeshadow compact, but then nobody's buying individual eyeshadows anymore. So we switched it to a palette. So it's just like everything's just such moving pieces. But it's now that it's out, like I get to like just go, which is exciting.
That's great. And it also must be stressful behind the scenes because makeup launches, especially by like influencers, are so scrutinized, and like quality is like the first thing that everyone's like looking at because everyone's ready to cancel you if there's like a tiny hair in something somewhere. How did you get to the point where you felt like super confident about like the quality of the product?
Well, the people that I work with for making the makeup products, like I fully trust, like they help start up like Too Faced and like help start up like It Cosmetics, like
a couple of small
like,
brands.
they just like do such good work.
Yeah.
And like they make such good quality products, which is why I worked with them because I was like, they're phenomenal at what they do. So even if it's like there's so many, like I know for a fact they're gonna make things good. So I wasn't worried about the quality on that end. And then if anybody said anything about like bad about like the products or the quality, like the only people that have ever said anything even slightly bad about it have been people that have never tried the products, never touched the products. They're like,
fun.
Oh, it looks cheap. I'm like, actually, if you hold it in person, like looks super high quality.
Yeah, touch it.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like no one that's been a reputable source has said anything that is like negative about the products.
Interesting.
Yeah, so like I know they're good. Even like the information I'm getting from people that are reputable sources, as in people that have tried the products, are like they're so like high quality. They're so like blah blah blah, blah all those good things. Blah blah blah.
That's great.
So that's why it's like I know.
Yeah. How have you felt since the launch?
Oh, the worst.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't sleep.
Is it just because you're concerned about people enjoying the product, or is it just because it's like it's out there now?
It is honestly, it has nothing to do with the products or the things because the makeup brand's doing like super well right now. It's just like apparently being a CEO is completely different than being a YouTuber.
Yeah. What would you say is the main difference?
There are a lot of people that are expecting a lot of answers from me that I don't have yet. I like it. So it's like, I just don't know what to like tell them.
Right.
But like they're all like, there's like whole teams of people looking to me to give them answers. And I'm like,
I'm going to be over here in this kinetic sand for a little bit. You can come back when I'm ready.
Yeah. So I just guess I just assumed, like, this was just bold of me to assume, but I assumed when you're the CEO, you kind of just were like, you go, yes, approved.
Right.
Apparently you don't.
You got to be in everything.
So like I don't sleep on that end. And then also working on the song, I don't sleep on that end.
Jeez.
And then I don't sleep on the YouTube end.
Yeah. I mean, is everything still, other than like the teams that you have around you for the products and launches, is everything still like a small production for you?
It's like I have this problem where I don't delegate anything to anybody else because I'm like, well, if anyone else is going to do it, like I can do it better and I can do it the way I want it. So like, why would I have other people do it? Which is making it so hard. Like I just for the first time hired an editor and she's edited like one video.
That's
and
good.
I've edited
progress.
Everything else though. Like I know, I like literally there was a video
Baby
that had
steps.
like that's so hard.
It's very hard. I feel like that's a commonality that all people that create content have is like control issues over their own stuff because it's all you at the end of the day. Yeah, so to give it to someone else, I get it. I get like the nervousness and the anxiety of like hoping that they can do what you have in your head.
Yeah, and the issue with that is like I'll have like the most talented people around me, but I have such poor communication skills when it pertains to getting what I want out of my head. So I'll be like, no, you got to do it like this, and they do it like that, and I'm like, oh, so when I said that, I didn't mean this, I meant that, but like I didn't know how to word it, so they do that, and then they just start getting frustrated. So it's just like
a lot of learning curves.
I hate learning things like that. Like I love learning, like I love when things happen in life that force me to learn.
Right.
like,
Yeah, trust me, I want to be at the end game of it. I want to already have all these skill sets and know how to fully function in a world. But I think it's helpful to know that it is a little messy getting through all of it. That from the outside, I think people could look and be like, oh, she's got everything figured out. She has everything mapped out, everything planned out.
does it look like that?
A little bit. But it's nice and it's quirky and relatable to hear.
So quirky and relatable.
But to hear that it is like a process to figure all of it out. The same way like YouTube was a process to figure out that you're like, I'm blindly throwing myself onto this platform without knowing what it is. And now I'm going to kind of figure out things here and there as we go. What do you do for fun?
Huh?
Yeah. Okay. That's what I thought.
I have this problem, which I feel like this is like, it's because like my mom's a lawyer, my dad's a doctor. They're both such business people. Like I got my business, such professionals. I got my business senses from them. So I'm like a workaholic. Like they're the most workaholic people I know. And I'm the child of the most workaholic people I know.
You're their product.
Yeah. So I'm like double workaholic than anyone I know. So I have this issue where every single time I find a hobby, I turn it into a career path. So it's like, I love it. Like, I love like figuring out things. Like, it's so fun to like figure things. But it's like, even when I like, finally for a second, I was like, I have a hobby of like playing The Sims. Then I was like, I love playing The Sims. This is great. And I was like, I'm going to make a Sims channel. I was like, no, don't make a Sims channel. Have this one thing. But then I had to update my computer. And apparently Sims 3 wasn't able to be run on that update. So I had to literally like.
What'd you do?
I chose between YouTube and The Sims. And I chose YouTube because I needed to be able to edit in the Final Cut because it wouldn't open up Final Cut because it wasn't in the new software.
Wow, that must have been a very difficult choice.
Yeah, I'm like tearing up just thinking about it. I put so much time, like that sim, which I also think is funny. Like that sim, like, you know how like your Sims, like your little dream world?
Yeah, I don't play it, but I understand the concept of it.
You shouldn't, it's dangerous.
Yeah, I feel like it can be a dark hole.
It is, but I like made my Sim work 24/7. And like, I bought her one of those mood things so I can always make it so that she's always like full and like hygiene, like always like never stressed, so that she could always be like, I was like, yeah, if I make her paint, I can sell these paintings for $2,000 each. And I bought the entire city. The entire city was owned by my Sim.
Wow.
And then finally, when I was like, she's ready to settle down, I'll have her settle down now. I created her the perfect specimen to breed with so she can make beautiful children. But then that specimen, like the guy that I created for her, he was on the Sims world for at least like a month on his own, just living on his own. I moved him in next door, you know, kicked out the goth family, moved him next door.
That classic tale. Yeah.
And then for one, like after I finally like got him to, like I got her to propose to him because I was like, this guy's not doing anything. This Sim is like just like existing. After that happened and he moved in, I realized this Sim did not get a job this entire time. I was like, how is she going to breed with this lazy, like, so I had to like, so she had every single skill in the entire Sims world. Like she was the most athletic, the best cook, like the best like at writing. She had everything, like everything the Sim could be. She
very
was perfect
relatable.
at. Yeah. So then the guy Sim didn't know anything. He didn't learn a single skill this entire time of being on the Sims world.
But sometimes opposites attract.
No, I taught him. I taught him every single skill that she had. I sat her down and made her tutor him because I didn't want to use any cheats because then it's not fun.
Right.
If you're using cheats.
It's not organic. That's not real love.
No. So my Sim didn't use any cheats and I wouldn't let the guy Sim use any cheats either. But yeah, so her goal was to be the CEO of a mega corporation.
Okay.
And so then I got my Sim without any cheats to be worth over 2 million simoleons.
Wow.
And then I had to delete it and then I realized I have a problem because I make my dream world work.
Well, I mean, how long has it been since you've played?
Maybe like 2-3 months.
Okay. I mean, are you itching to play again?
I think it's a dangerous path to go down. But if I did, I would get the newer Sim so that I can always play it. Mm-hmm. And I think at that point, I would just use cheats to get the Sim back to where my Sim was, to create my Sim's world.
Yeah. Wait, so now that you're not playing, that world just disappears?
Yeah.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah.
That's tragic, but also I guess that's like real life. If you're not
True.
playing the game, then everything goes away. Wow, that's dark. But but maybe I should get into The Sims for a little bit. Other than Sims, anything you do you watch TV, movies?
Yeah. Have you ever heard of a show called 30 Rock? It's really good.
Yes, I have. It's a great show.
Yeah, I just started watching that.
Well, there you go. How are you going to monetize it?
I'm going to try my best not to.
Oh,
but
there you
I mean,
go.
a show review. No. No.
Yeah, I can see you all of a sudden. Yesterday, you've started a review channel of 30 Rock every episode.
That'd be funny. People would be like, this is very outdated, Rachel.
You'd be like, it means a lot to me. Do you TikTok?
I have a TikTok. I don't often TikTok because I have so many other things going on.
Yeah.
I don't know where to find the time to like TikTok.
Yeah, I also have a TikTok. I have no idea how to use it. I was going to ask you for tips, but
I don't know.
cool.
Every time I post a video of my dog, it seems to do well. I posted this really cute video of my dog when I was like, I took his toy and then he just looked really upset. So I took the camera out as a good parent.
Yep.
And videotaped it. And then when I was like, I'm sorry for taking your toy. And then he was like, just looked at me upset. And then I was like, I can give you your toy. And then he was like, I was like, do you want your toy back? And he was like, oh. So I posted that on TikTok and that one did well.
Okay.
I posted it on Twitter too. And Seth Rogen liked that tweet.
Wow.
I know. I'm famous now suddenly.
I mean, I don't know, but I'm expecting a clothing swap with Seth Rogen.
I wish.
I feel if you could do a clothing swap with a celebrity, like who would be your ideal guest in one of those types of videos?
Are we talking like dream celebrity or are we talking like realistic?
Let's do both.
Dream celebrity would be like Rihanna or like Kylie Jenner.
Oh, yeah, those would be great.
And realistic, reality's fake, so it doesn't even matter. Anything's possible. So I'm going to say
true.
Rihanna or Kylie Jenner.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think those are realistic celebrities that you could get in a clothing swap video.
That'd be fun.
I would love to see it. Has anything ever gone, have you ever not posted a video because something's gone like horrendously wrong?
The only time I've ever not posted a video, it's not that it goes horrendously wrong, but it's more my values change. Like one time in 2016 was the last time I've ever filmed a video that I didn't post because I'm so strategic whenever I like plan out my video list that all the videos that I have planned out, I'm like,
You know you're going to do them.
Yeah. So I did a video in 2016 where I filmed how to get rid of stretch marks fast. And I was like, okay, cool. I'll teach people how to get rid of stretch marks. And then I edited it and then I was like, what's wrong with stretch marks though?
Oh, yeah.
And then I was like, why would I be trying to teach people how to get rid of them when they're just like these cool lightning bolt things on your body?
Yeah.
Like why would I try to point that out as something that should be changed on people? So I was like, I'm trashing this video. There's no way I'm posting this.
It's good for you because I think that's also something that doesn't get considered a ton in like the beauty world, that it's like towing the line between embracing and celebrating like makeup and beauty, and then also like giving room to be accepting of all these like, you know, quirks and thing and uniqueness about the human body.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's very cool. And also kudos to you in 2016 for having that wherewithal to do that.
Thank you.
Tana Mojo tweeted that you offered her a lemongrass scented refrigerated wet towel from Vietnam when she came over. Is that true?
I love lemongrass scented essential oil towels. I went to Vietnam for my birthday last year and they gave me one and I was like, what is this? They're like, it's a lemongrass essential oil called tallow. And I was like, how do you make these? And then she was like, I just put like essential oil on. So I didn't know what that meant. So I like Googled it. And then I bought like 5 mini fridges, put them in every bathroom of my house, bought like a ton of little mini face towels from Amazon. You can get like a huge pack of like 50 for like $6.
There's your bulk.
And then, yes. And then I just every single, like once a week, I would make them and roll them up. You have to like take a hot water bowl, put 2 drops of lemongrass essential oil, mix it up with your hands, put the towel in, squeeze the towel, roll it up, put it in the mini fridge, let it cool, and then wait till Tana Mojo comes to your house and hand it to her.
It's a trap. It's a bougie, beautiful trap. But also, it seems pretty easy to do.
Oh my God, it's so easy.
And also, I've learned that when you set your mind to something, you fully do it.
Yeah, but I recently stopped because I noticed that I wasn't having as many people over at the house. So like the
So you
towels
had
would just sit there.
You had these refrigerators full of wet towels.
And nobody would be taking them. So I was like, until I become a social butterfly again, which I don't see happening for a decent amount of time, because the only reason I ever had people over at my house in the first place was because my ex, Tyler, was such a social butterfly. So like he would always have people over and I'd be like, yeah, I'm going to host them. I'm going to make so many lemongrass essential towels. But now I don't host people. I just kind of, and if I do host people, it's like my close friends who like will both just like be sitting in like in our underwear, just hanging out, like Chloe
like,
or
I don't want
Violet,
the
where
towel.
it's like, yeah, but they don't care about getting towels.
I mean, I'll come over and take a towel. I won't hang and make you uncomfortable, but
Why won't you hang and make me uncomfortable?
I'll do that too.
I have a guest room now.
Done.
I mean, I always had a guest room, but now I got a bed in it.
There you go. That's an official guest room.
Yeah.
How many parking tickets do you think you've gathered in your life?
Oh, like actually,
Mm-hmm.
I literally got one like 3 days ago. Probably like, if we're being honest, probably like 9 or 10. Not a crazy amount. But
That's not
granted,
bad.
I didn't start driving till I was 18 because I'm so impatient that I didn't want to wait the 6 months between like getting your learner's permit and your license. So I was like, I'm gonna do it all at once. So I think I got my learner's permit and my license all within like 4 days.
You know what? That doesn't surprise me about you at all. Okay, we're going to take one last break. When we get back, we have some Twitter questions for you. So we'll be right back with more Not Too Deep.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Not too deep. With Grace Helbig.
Today, we have support from Lightbox. If you like diamonds, if you like bling, if you like walking into the room and having the reflection of your aura shine on everyone, then this might be the thing for you. Lightbox makes gorgeous lab-grown diamonds, which are essentially chemically the same as natural ones, except they're made in a lab. To make them, they put a tiny piece of lab-grown diamond into a plasma reactor and heat it up to temperatures almost as hot as the sun. Science. I don't fully understand it, but it's science. And then in about 2 weeks, the seed turns into a full carat stone. Every stone is made the same every time, so they're also priced the same every time at $800 per carat. They've even cracked the science of color, creating gorgeous gems in pink and blue. So treat yourself to a little sparkle. You earned it. Go to lightboxjewelry.com/grace and use code GRACE for $25 off. Again, that's lightboxjewelry.com/grace and use code GRACE for $25 off. We're back with more Not Too Deep. Okay, Rachel, before we get into these Twitter questions, I'm going to ask you the 2 questions I ask every single guest that is on the podcast. And the first is, who, alive or dead, would you most want to throw cold spaghetti at?
So like, this is assuming that people think of being thrown cold spaghetti is a negative thing, correct?
It's entirely your intention. So it can be celebratory. It can
My
be...
little sister.
Okay.
I would absolutely throw cold spaghetti at her.
Why is that?
I love cold spaghetti.
Oh, so it would be like a sign of love.
I mean, if I can clone myself and throw cold spaghetti at myself, I would.
That's an option too.
Yeah. Fill a hot tub with it, film a YouTube video.
We just got insight into how the creative process works for Rachel. And wow, it's automatic. Okay, the other question I ask every single guest on the podcast is to tell us your worst pants shitting story or close call, but you can only use 3 words or 3 small phrases. So mine, for instance, is college jogging front lawn.
Like you've actually almost pooped your pants?
Oh, I did.
I don't think I've ever pooped my pants before.
Or it can be a close call. It doesn't have to be, it can be a number 1 scenario.
Have I ever peed myself? Well, I wore pull-ups until I was like 11.
Okay.
Does that count?
I mean, that can count, but you have to use 3 words or 3 small phrases to tell us any story that, you know, might have been a special scenario.
Huh. I've never thought about this before. I don't think I have as many like bathroom issues as the standard person, I
Wow.
guess.
I mean, kudos to you.
Thank you.
You figured it out.
No, I mean, it just took 11 years of peeing the bed every night to like really get to that point in my life, I guess. I guess I'll do sleeping.
Uh-huh. Got it. Sleeping.
Sleeping, dreaming, water.
Okay.
Like when you're dreaming, like every single time I pee at the bed when I was younger, I would like always be like,
You would dream about a water?
like I'd be like swimming or something like that. And that's when like, phew, it would come.
It's
out.
all the subconscious.
Pee.
Subconscious.
I guess so. Like I knew I was peeing. I remember like when I'd be like sleeping in my dreams, I'd be like, you did it again.
In your dreams, that cognizant. Oh, that must have been a true fun time.
Well, once I figured out the whole pull-ups thing, it wasn't an issue anymore. When it would like get on the bed, it'd be an issue. But like it was always fun, like waking up every morning, filling up the sink, sitting in it so I could clean off my pee. Because I wouldn't always have time to take a whole shower.
Right.
I was, you know, the stresses of being 11 years old and under just really get to you.
Oh, man. We've all been there.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get into these Twitter questions. Someone wants to know, do you ever feel burned out on YouTube? Like, have you ever taken breaks or time off?
I definitely took a break with this recent breakup. Like, I didn't upload as much, but I didn't tell people why. But I did. It's okay. You know what? It seems like I take a break whenever I'm going through a breakup, I think.
That's healthy.
Yeah.
I think that's good. And you can handle it privately. It doesn't have to be a public, like, situation.
Yeah. But I also fully intend on never, ever dating anybody again and not getting married. So, like.
Okay. That's your hard and fast line. All right. That's, I mean, and when you set your mind to something, you really do it.
I was talking to my dad the other day and I was like, yeah, like I'm never going to get married. He was like, why wouldn't you get married? Love is like such an amazing thing. I was like, not for me. I focus too much on the other person. I'm going to just love myself.
That's good. That's a good major takeaway. But do you ever feel burned out? Do you feel like pressure to have to keep making videos? Like, do you see yourself making videos forever?
I get burned out. I mean, I wouldn't say it's burned out, but I'll have like times where I just can't feel creative.
Sure.
Where I'm like I'll be like sitting down for like days trying to come up with a video idea. And I'm like, I'm just not feeling it right now.
Yeah.
So I'll have like times where I'm like, I'll have to skip an upload week because I was like, I'd rather just skip a week than put out something that I'm not like proud of.
Force something.
Yeah. So yeah, I would say less burnout, more writer's block. I mean, I'm probably currently burnt out, but like I push every feeling to the back of my head. So it's like I don't know about it.
You compartmentalize. It's probably in a compartment back there somewhere.
You know, like, yeah, my therapist told me I need to stop doing that.
But what does she know?
Yeah.
Someone wants to know, what's something unexpected that you're really into or very knowledgeable about?
I have a llama farm.
Excuse you? You have a llama farm?
Yeah, I have a llama farm. I'm pretty knowledgeable about farms.
Where is your llama farm?
West Virginia.
Okay. Is this like a family owned?
No, I bought it myself.
You bought it yourself?
I have like 30 llamas.
And they're currently in West Virginia
roaming.
They're
having a great time.
How often do you go back there?
I have not gone to it once.
Oh, okay. So you are the benefactor of this llama farm in West Virginia and you've never visited it.
I don't
Do you
have
know
time.
It's real?
Yeah. I have this farmer named Josh who takes really good care of the llamas.
Okay. What drove you to buy a llama farm? Why not?
Yeah, I guess.
And where do you search for the availability of a llama farm?
My mom helped me with that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We also we'll go to when I say I mean Josh, the farmer, we'll go to different llama auctions and purchase the most high quality, just the best in the show llamas so that we can breed them and make perfect llama babies.
Wow.
Because apparently with llamas, it's very like a llama with blue eyes isn't worth as much as a llama with like brown eyes. Like there's a very specific, like, you know how there's social standards for humans, which is stupid. There's like even worse ones for llamas.
I had no idea.
It's horrible. I feel horrible for the llamas.
But you're providing a beautiful home for some of them.
For some of the beautiful ones. It's pretty messed up, actually.
Why don't you reverse this this thesis statement and start housing all the ones that are a little less desirable?
You know, I don't think
time.
I put as much like time and effort into the llama farm as that. Like I think I got to focus more on like helping adjust that with humanity before I start taking in
well,
llamas.
that goes into this next question. Someone wants to know, what's the stupidest thing about beauty standards?
The fact that llamas that have blue eyes are
yeah, that's a fact I did not know I was going to learn today. So I appreciate that.
The stupidest thing about beauty standards is that they change all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Like the fact that like my eyebrows were really in style like 2 years ago and now they're just not. It's just like the fact that body parts can become a trend is just so stupid.
Very strange.
Beauty standards are just dumb, honestly. Like we should just throw them all away. Like what is this? Like if you look at a picture of somebody that was like the perfect human in like the 1900s, it'd be like completely different than the perfect human now because the perfect human doesn't exist. It's a fake thing. So beauty standards themselves are like useless. Like I can't wait till like they're just gone because they're so dumb.
I agree.
So dumb.
I agree. Someone wants to know, what was the hardest part about launching your makeup brand?
All of it. Well, the most fun part was the creating it, but everything else, just because when I was going through the breakup was when I was talking to Mike, who's the other like co-owner. Well, not co-owner, like, but like he owns a percentage of it. When I was talking to him, I was like having a phone call like with him and my manager, like I was sitting at the table and I remember being like, hey, okay, so when do you think we should launch the makeup brand? Because I was hoping, because I wanted to push it to like February or something like that. Because again, going through a breakup. And then he was like, we're going to launch it December 16th. And I was like, why? And then he was like, we want to go before the holidays. And I was like, so like I'm definitely not in a good mental place to like launch the makeup brand right now.
Yeah.
There's just like a lot happening right now, but I guess I can technically double up my therapy sessions maybe. And then we can launch the makeup brand. He was like, perfect, let's do that. And I was like, I thought that he was going to say, no, let's not do that. But he didn't know, like nobody knew I was going through the breakup. I didn't tell, even like my best friends didn't know.
Oh, wow.
We were keeping it really, 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 really secret.
Yeah. Which is tough. And also, like, you know, when you want to be a professional, it's hard to manage, like, where to spend your mental energy and how much time to take off when sometimes focusing on work and distracting yourself is helpful, sometimes not.
It was just a lot because it was, you know, it was like a 3-year long relationship. So it was just like then also having to like officially start up a company. Like it was like starting up for 4 years, but like it was just a lot. Like I just wasn't like mentally able to like really be there. So I was just like constantly like I'd be like working all the time and like constantly just pushing things to the back of my head until like it was like late at night and I'd be like, shoot.
Yeah. Uh-oh, now I'm sad. Uh-oh, here comes the sadness. It's creeping in.
Oh no.
But now you can put it into your music. Yes. Channel it all in there.
I don't know how I just got water in my eye. But,
I looked down for a second.
I'm so quirky and relatable. But I know the second EP that I want to do, I want it to be like a relationship type album.
That's great.
I also want one of the songs. Actually, I don't want to tell someone else is going to do it. Never mind. Darn. I love oversharing, but I forget that I can't overshare in public on like public things. Then
no, we know that you have plans for things. That things are happening.
Plans.
Okay, here's our final question. If you weren't doing YouTube, what would you be doing instead?
I'd be a vet.
Really?
Yeah, I was like up until like 11th grade, like literally up until like from birth to 11th grade.
Yeah.
I was like dedicated to be a vet. Like instead of reading like Harry Potter, I'd read like full veterinary medical books. Like I know how to do CPR on a goldfish or like any fish for the matter.
Wow.
But, yeah, I definitely would want to be a vet. But,
I mean, you have all these llamas.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't get to one of the books that showed llamas. I was still like starting. I think I had like 9 or 10 veterinary medical books that I've already read like 6 or 7 times each.
Jeez. There's still time.
No, there isn't.
There's still time 10 years from now.
I guess, yeah. It would just be a lot of schooling. And because I didn't go to college, like it might be hard to get into a veterinary medical school.
That's fair. Yeah. But, you know, I feel like you have the tenacity and the drive to just get yourself in there whenever you want.
If this YouTube thing doesn't work out, or what I can do, I guess, I can like buy a veterinary medical office and then just like watch all the vets and be like,
yeah,
maybe I don't even need it. Maybe I could finagle it.
There's probably YouTube videos out there teaching you how to be a vet.
I don't think so.
Hopefully not. That seemed problematic. Rachel, thank you so much for being here. This was super fun. Before you go, every guest that makes time for us gets a personalized fortune cookie from us.
Did you like write the message?
There might be something special inside there for you if you want to open it and read it. It's not a lemongrass towel.
What did you do to this fortune cookie?
No, nothing bad. We just personalized it.
Is this gonna be a pun? Is there gonna be a pun on this cookie?
No, there won't be. I forget what it actually says.
I will leave right now if it's a pun.
No, I don't think it's a pun. Do you hate puns?
You know, I think that when a pun's really good, you just gotta leave.
Yeah.
You know, like you gotta just be like,
call it a day.
Or like, you know, if someone says like, you know that you did a really good pun when everyone around you was just like, oh my God.
When it's a collective groan. Yeah, 100%.
Do I eat the fortune cookie first?
You don't have to.
Okay. It says, oh, it's long. How long are the pieces of paper that you I've never seen a fortune cookie this long before.
Yeah, we like to do a lot of things differently here on Not
I
Too
respect
Deep.
that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. It says there's a lot of triangles in your makeup brand. We have no choice but to stand the Illuminati.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't even consider that as like a thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, we stand either way. Either way. Rachel, where can people find you, your music, the makeup, everything if they don't know?
You can find me at youtube.com/RCLbeauty101. And I guess everywhere else if you wanted to look up RCLbeauty101. For the makeup brand, you could find it on Instagram at RCLÓ Cosmetics or RCLOcosmetics.com. And for the music, you just look up Rachel Levin on Spotify. Because apparently I'm the only Rachel Levin on Spotify.
Wow.
Isn't that wild?
That is wild.
I know like 6 Rachel Levins and like 2 Rachel Claire Levins because it's such a standard just like name. I'm just shocked that there's not a Rachel
good for
Levin.
you. It's a sign that
I
you're meant
know.
to be doing that.
Isn't that wild?
It's very wild. Rachel, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you
I
for
learned
having me.
so much. I can't wait to see more from the llamas. Here's hoping 2020, more llama content. We'll see you guys next time on another episode of Not Too Deep. Goodbye.
Too deep, too deep, too deep, not too deep with Grace Helbig.
Not Too Deep is a production of Grace Helbig Incorporated, producer Melissa D. Montz, edited by Shireen Lani Yunus, post-production sound by Chris Henry, and an extra special thanks to Flula for the theme music. Have you ever heard of lab-grown diamonds? Well, lab-grown diamonds are essentially chemically identical to natural ones, just made in a lab. At Lightbox, they've cracked the science to grow gorgeous stones every time. So check them out at lightboxjewelry.com/Grace and use the code GRACE for $25 off.